Most of us manage like we're living day by day, paycheck to paycheck, with not a lot to spare. This gives us a feeling that we don't have a lot to share in this life. And for some people, then doing good unto others is an extra worry, a strain on their current circumstances. But that's where the INCGiving project has come in. Today we'll meet people from all over the world who have simply and earnestly shared whatever they could. I'm Lois Paula. Welcome to the INCGiving Show.
A little goes a long way when we join together. It's more than enough when we show our love. It's alright to make a change. The future's not so far away. There's hope, there's light. If we open our eyes, this is our chance. Be sharing, every one of us. Share, every one of us. Share.
We just had a clothing donation to the Canadian Diabetes Association, and we had a great turnout today. We had many brethren that came over and supported our activity, and from what I understand, we were able to donate 200 plus boxes of clothing to the Canadian Diabetes Association, and they were quite pleased with this, and we give praise and glory to our Almighty God that our brethren have been able to fulfill the commandment that whenever we can, we should do good to those who are in need.
We are thrilled to be partnering with you today. Hopefully this is the first of many collaborations we will have. But when I came in here, I saw boxes and boxes piled up outside of all of the donors that have made a contribution, which is fantastic. I mean, we can't thank you enough. It's been just a tremendous commitment. We see a lot of people that have turned out here today to participate, obviously, in I think a service and the fundraising activity, which again speaks to the commitment and dedication of the congregation. So we're absolutely thrilled to be partnered with you today. Thank you.
Cause when we do this from the start, it shows the goodness of our hearts. We should always be sharing. Every one of us share.
We are a drop-in center for the homeless.
Well, I feel really good that I could help the needy and that I could participate in the unity of the church.
Gathering goods for those who need them is a step in the right direction. But is it the only step? Is it the last step? In Charleston, South Carolina, in the aftermath of Hurricane Joaquin, volunteers of the INCGiving Project started providing relief goods, but they paired their efforts with the next step in the emotional recovery after a natural disaster, the words of hope and inspiration from God.
The brethren from the local congregation of Charleston, South Carolina are gathered here today for an INCGiving community outreach. In the aftermath of Hurricane Joaquin, the Charleston area was left with flooding so bad that it was called biblical. Not only here in the Charleston area were people affected, but all across South Carolina. The effects were so damaging that the government declared a state of emergency for all of South Carolina. Days, weeks, and a month later, people are still in the process of recovery from this flooding. So, the brethren here today are gathered giving out relief goods, including canned goods, dry goods, and clothing for those who may still need a little bit of extra help. The ministers from across our district are also gathered here to give spiritual relief and share with the people of the community God's words. I'm Sister Marisol Sullivan from Charleston, South Carolina.
The words of God are often the greatest solace, especially amongst overseas foreign workers in Milan, Italy, and Italian nationals, all of whom were guests of the Iglesia Ni Cristo in an evangelical mission, followed by an outreach activity. Let's check it out.
Prior to the activity, the brethren invited their visitors and guests to attend the worship service, and luckily it is a worship service officiated by our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, through video link.
Ayos din naman, ayos. Maganda, magandang aral.
Eto na nga, iniyaya ako, sumama ako, meron naman ako natamo.
The response among them is quite overwhelming. Satisfaction and contentment can truly be seen in their eyes and gestures. The guests were given humanitarian aid bags filled with food groceries. The event came to an end, yet the aim of the church administration to reach out our countrymen in all corners of the world and propagate to them the good news will continue until the day of judgment. I'm Sister Ara Calbello reporting for the Iglesia ni Cristo television.
When we get back, let's see what you, the individual, can do as an INCGiving volunteer. Stay tuned. Children are the most giving and selfless among us, and we can often learn from their lead. Let's check in with an 8-year-old girl who had a desire to share kindness.
My name is Jalen Esip. I am from Northern Virginia. I am 8 years old and I am in 2nd grade. Well, I go to taekwondo, piano, singing, and dancing.
Jalen has always been, even when she was little, very sweet and kind, very loving kid.
Just growing up, she would always put others before herself.
The locale that we were at had several INCGiving projects.
We also did singing for a cause, and we sang for the elders, and we did neighborhood appreciation day. We were coming to people's houses and inviting them to see our place of worship.
I believe all those helped her into thinking of, Mommy, can I do something to help others? So Jalen came up to me and her daddy, and she wanted to do something for the other kids, and she wanted to do something that she didn't have to buy or get. And so we looked into it, and we found out about Lots of Love.
They try to get hair from people who cut it so they could donate it to kids who need hair.
Initially, it didn't make the minimum inches for the hair.
So she decided, I want to grow out my hair until it's long enough. Months flew by, and she reminded me, Mommy, I need to get my hair cut. So we finally went to the hair salon, and it was 11 inches, and they needed 10.
We cut my hair and gave it to kids who have cancer so they could have hair. So I'm giving away my hair so they could have hair too.
It's a great blessing knowing that at such a young age, she has that heart and that desire to help others.
Going into these events of INCGiving is definitely a big help in our family, because it teaches all of us to give what we could provide.
I feel good about myself in the inside, and happy for them, for the kids who get the hair that I used to have and gave to them.
Now, a long-term act of kindness isn't necessarily for everyone, but there is a one-day, one-time effort that can literally save someone's life. Now, multiply that effort by the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation and the INCGiving Project, and the results are quite astounding. Hello and welcome to the INCGiving Show. I'm Lois Paula Ritterman. Now, thousands of Church of Christ members throughout sites in the United States and Canada united together in blood donation and bone marrow registration drives May 14th and 15th. Sponsored by the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation, the charitable arm of the INC, these drives in North America is a first, but it is only one of many ongoing projects launched impacting millions all over the world. So today we check in across the continent to see how some of the drives have been going. And we start right here on the West Coast. Now, numerous sites were available for brethren in Northwest and Northeast California. Macy can tell us more from Sacramento.
We are here in Sacramento in the District of Northeast California for the Blood Drive and Bone Marrow Registry, just one of the many sites in North America. Volunteers from the FYM Foundation are partnering with Delta Blood Bank and the Asian American Donor Program to assist those who are eager to help people in need.
The first thing that inspired me today was that it was a call from the church administration.
It was a pretty amazing process. I was really surprised it went by as quickly as it did, and it was very pain-free, and it's pretty awesome that we can go ahead and help someone who is in need of blood.
I'm Sister Macy Era from Sacramento, California, reporting back to you, Sister Lois, in the studio.
Thank you so much for that report. Now, it's been great to hear how excited many have been knowing that you don't need to be a first responder or a medical professional or even a serviceman or woman to save lives, but that donating blood gives the gift of life as well. So now we move across the U.S. to New York and New Jersey, where Lexi and Adelaide have the reports for many in the northeastern seaboard.
Hi, I'm Sister Lexi here in New York City, known to be one of the busiest cities in the world. But despite that, people have still taken time out of their schedules to join us in the Blood Donation and Bone Marrow Registry campaign. Here with me is Ia. Why was it important for you to join us in this event today?
Well, I do believe that there are a lot of people who are in need of bone marrow transplants and blood. Even though I can't donate blood, I know I can still be part of the registry. So that's something I believe it's important to take part in. I feel that it restores my faith in humanity, that people are still willing to give and serve.
Thank you so much. Reporting from Long Island City, New York, I'm Sister Lexi Del Pena for the INCGiving show.
Today, brethren from various local congregations in New Jersey are here at the Elizabeth Chapel ready to support the Blood Drive and Bone Marrow Registry. Together with Community Blood Services, an organization that has been devoted to serving the community's transfusion medicine needs for more than 60 years, dozens of brethren signed up to help make a difference.
When you have these groups, you really don't know what to expect. Maybe they will show up, maybe they don't show up, but then I review everything on the website about the members of the Church of Christ, and I realized, like, wow, that when they come together, they really come together. And we saw that this morning. You know, you have all these donors waiting over here to give blood.
It's good for your body, too, as an individual to donate. It's kind of like refreshing yourself, because now your body has to remake the blood, so you're getting fresh blood back, and you're also helping someone on the other side as well. So, you know, it's a win-win for both sides.
This is Sister Adelaide from Elizabeth, New Jersey, reporting for the INCGiving show.
Now, over in Hawaii, the entire district came together for a donation and registry drive in Waipahu that made history for the partnering organization. Local Fox affiliate KHON had this story to report. Take a look.
The Blood Bank of Hawaii teamed up with a church for its first ever triple blood mobile today, saying this couldn't come at a better time. Lately, the blood bank has been struggling with the increased demand for type O blood. Bridget Namata goes beyond the headlines tonight. Bridget?
Yes, Kathy, the blood bank tells me the hospitals have been using more O-positive blood in the past few weeks, and the need to replenish it is high. They tell me the Church of Christ stepped up to help and created one of the biggest blood drives in Hawaii to date.
This is Jenica Megan Baldonado's second time donating blood.
It's a special vote. It's almost like, hey, you did it, celebrate. And I'm like, yes.
She says it holds special meaning after learning her UH West Oahu classmate went through a blood transfusion.
She's like, it might have been your blood that saved me. And I was like, what? And after that, it was just such a big impact on me that I was thinking, you know, you think you just give blood and that's it. But when you actually meet somebody who's actually survived from the blood that's donated, it's a whole different story.
She and hundreds of others flocked to Iglesia Ni Cristo Church in Waipahu to donate blood today.
We were really surprised with the turnout. Many of them prior to this date, they've already registered way ahead of time.
Maura Dolamente with the Blood Bank of Hawaii says there is a local need for type O blood.
Every single day, we need about 200 people to roll up their sleeves. And it's just been in the last couple of weeks that we haven't had quite as many O donors as we need come through the doors.
And as blood banks nationwide gear up for what she calls the summer doldrums,
Kids are out of school. The students, both high school and college students, make up a big percent of our daily blood supply. So with them out of school, people on vacations, we just see lower donor turnout.
she hopes more people turn out to donate.
You know, a lot of people are afraid of needles, but just do it. Just do it because it's worth it.
Now, Blood Bank of Hawaii also mentioned on Facebook shortly after, thank you to the Iglesia Ni Cristo and all those who took the time to save lives this weekend at our first ever triple bloodmobile event. We are very happy to say 197 units of blood were collected and 107 first-time donors made the ultimate commitment to give a hand by lending us their arm. Now, over in Eastern Canada, brethren in different provinces started the weekend early visiting several organizations. We check in now with Jean in Montreal for their report.
We are here today to answer the call of the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation for their worldwide blood and bone marrow donation. The brethren in the locale of Montreal District of Eastern Canada are here in the Emma Quebec Center to show their unity with the brethren around the world. With me is Brother Almer Vargas, the resident worker of the locale of Montreal.
This is our response to the call of the church administration, and also our response to what's written there in Proverbs 3:27. Whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it. More than 100 members of the Church of Christ here in the locale of Montreal, District of Eastern Canada, have heeded that call, and we're very excited, very happy to volunteer to donate our blood.
Giving blood to give life for those who need it.
This is Brother Jean-Marc Chartrand in Montreal, Eastern Canada, reporting back to you, Sister Lois, in the studio.
Thank you, Brother Jean. It was genuinely inspiring to see how moved everyone has been to take action and participate with the FYM Foundation this weekend. I know I went with my family, and I'm sure many of you have made this a family activity as well. So we'll keep our updates on the East Coast as we check in with Lisa May in Miami, Florida, and Jim reporting from the nation's capital over in the Mid-Atlantic.
Today in Miami, Florida, the brethren have united together in an effort to help the community by donating blood and participating in the bone marrow registry. The One Blood organization was invited to the Miami Chapel compound to spearhead this activity and help in educating the brethren of the importance of what they can do to help save the lives of others. Over 100 brethren have signed up to donate blood and register for the bone marrow donation drive. In order to accommodate the large number, 4 buses were used to facilitate the number of donations. This is Sister Lisa May Rosson from Miami, Florida for the INCGiving show.
The local congregation of Washington, D.C. have gathered here today in the Children's National Hospital to unite with our brothers and sisters all over the United States and Canada in donating blood. The blood that will be donated today will help all the children in this hospital.
Blood cannot be manufactured in a lab. It must come from a human being. And 1 unit of blood can help 3 to 4 kids. I just want to say thank the Church of Christ today for donating, and we're just so grateful that you came out today to donate in large numbers.
This is Jim Mira in Washington, D.C. reporting back to you, Sister Lois, in the studio.
Now, in the southern Midwest alone, 31 local congregations from 7 states also united with the cause. Now, whether across the globe or in our own backyards, the opportunity to have this experience grows as the work of the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation continues to bring aid for those who need it most, both physical and spiritual. So we bring the coverage back here to Southern California, where many sites in both districts exceeded the number of donors originally registered. Brittany has more.
Here in Anaheim, California, members of the Church of Christ are united with all the other members in other sites throughout the United States and Canada in holding a blood donation and bone marrow registry drive. This effort is in cooperation with the Felix Y. Manalo Foundation and hopes to save lives through the kind and simple act of donating blood and registering as bone marrow donors for those in need. Here with me is Brother Jeff Gabriel. Brother Jeff, what encourages you to donate regularly?
Well, I started donating blood back in high school. Once I did it for the first time and realized that I was able to, I decided to keep going. Just because when you think about it, blood isn't an easy resource to access. So I feel like the more blood you give, the more lives you help.
Awesome. Thank you, Brother Jeff. This region alone has approximately 300 donors. All of the brethren are happy to take part in this effort and hope to inspire many other people to also become donors. From Anaheim, California, this is Sister Brittany Kane Calderon reporting for the INCGiving show.
For members of the Church of Christ, doing good is not only a commandment of God, it's a way of life, one that we hope leaves a lasting impression in the hearts and lives of all those we've met and helped through these acts of kindness. Remember, whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Lois Paula. We'll see you next time. When we come back, we'll check in with a Florida group of volunteers who spend time with a well-known organization building more than just a relationship. Stay tuned. Habitat for Humanity is an international organization wherein homeless or in-need individuals build their homes alongside volunteers and construction professionals. In Cocoa Beach, Florida, volunteers of the INCGiving project were able to participate in this great project.
Today we are here at the Habitat for Humanity project. The brethren are united in giving help to the community by building houses for the homeless.
My name is Courtney Williams. I'm in the Habitat for Humanity program. I've been in for about a year, and once all is said and done, we'll have a brand new home built for myself and my children. Habitat for Humanity is a community partnership program that partners with low-income families. They give a hand up. They help you get into your home. They help build your home from the ground up. It's all volunteer.
You were working on hurricane strapping. We also installed windows today on the house across the street, and we were installing siding on the one right behind us.
It looks like it, but it's not.
The Habitat for Humanity staff and organizers are very helpful to us, and they are really coordinating with us, and they are so thankful that the church administration heeded their call for help, and they were so happy that we came here this morning.
Get up there, sometimes you might be off.
I think it's a great program that you guys have. Like I said, you know, if we didn't have volunteers like yourselves, we wouldn't have homes to live in.
You did great. You have real good work ethic. Everybody stayed busy today, followed direction, and that's the most important thing. You're here, and that's more important than anything, that you actually care enough to come out and help.
What I can say is that I appreciate them coming out. I'm thankful, as well as the other homeowners are thankful. We love volunteers, and we hope to see them again. We're thankful that they gave up their Saturday to come out here and help us work on our dream.
If you prefer volunteering as an individual, consider volunteering your time to share God's words. Donating your hair, donating canned goods, donating your time, donating your expertise. Whatever it is you have, there's a place to share it. Remember, whenever you possibly can, do good to those who need it. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Lois Paula. We'll see you next time.